Unit 5 Language Play. How can I help my bilingual learners develop a deep curiosity for the way language works? We will start this week by looking at the work of Dr. Lance Gentile. Dr. Gentile analyzed both written and oral language of first grade students who were participating in a reading recovery program. Students who were successful in the program consistently used these 5 most common language structures in their oral language. Simple sentence, prepositional phrase, conjunction, relative pronoun, connecting adverb. Those who were not as successful in the reading program did not use these 5 structures. Furthermore, students who were successful in the reading program frequently composed transformed sentences. Those who were less successful were more likely to just stick with simple sentences. So, what does this mean for us? The message of this research is twofold. Students' oral language, specifically if they're able to use more complex sentence structures, helps their reading. Number 2, giving students practice with the structures of English, we might call this grammar or syntax, with language-rich activities is a worthwhile pursuit. You may be tempted to think that you need to teach the components and rules for each type of sentence. This is a prepositional phrase, this is a conjunction. That might not be a terrible idea, but rather let's think about language play. The children in Gentile's study learned English language structures through authentic opportunities to talk and listen and through extensive language play. They did not learn rules about the structure of the English language. It is this sense of play that we want to emphasize when we create activities around English language. Language play is not free-form talk. Rather, we structure activities to have children explore and manipulate words and phrases. We will experiment with 3 practices this week. Syntax surgery is a way to visually manipulate the words of a sentence. Imagine each of these words on a separate card. The task is to arrange the words in the sentence to make sense. The words could be arranged this way. Here's my complex sentence, which is complicated. Or, here's my complicated sentence, which is complex. Or, my complicated sentence, which is complex, is here. Or, my complicated complex sentence is here. So the idea is to play with the many ways that we can combine words to make sentences. We always want to encourage conversations, so we ask, what's your favorite choice and why? Why would someone say it this way instead of that way? We also want students to compare in their home languages. How would you say this in Spanish, Chinese, Amharic? Syntax surgery can work with a simple text, or you can use challenging primary source documents from social studies. You could do it with complex math problems, thorny paragraphs from nonfiction texts. It is important that you take the language from your curriculum. And it's important to remember we want to encourage play, higher level analysis around language and dialogue. For example, imagine asking students the following questions about the passage from the Gettysburg Address. How could these words be arranged in any other way and still make sense? How would you express this text in your home language? How could we take out any of the phrases and preserve the meaning? What could be some other words that you could substitute for brought forth, dedicated to the proposition? How does taking apart the sentence help you understand it better? So the idea is language play and help them analyze deeply language. Dicto-gloss is a type of dictation activity, but not like traditional dictation. It is collaborative, engaging, and we hope playful. First, you select a text, and this is the I'll Rise from Maya Angelou. The teacher reads the text, the student listens. The teacher reads the text, the student write down any words that they can pick up. Then students are paired and collaboratively they try to reconstruct the text. Then forms groups of 4 and the groups of 4 reconstruct it more completely. The last step is you compare the original text with the reconstructed text. Students may see this as correcting their work, but it's much more than that. Their errors can instigate lively conversations. For example, why do you think you got confused? Does your way of saying it still make sense? This could also be a ripe opportunity to point out the difference between social and academic language, as well as how students would express the meaning of the text in their home languages. Our last activity is a simple but powerful brainstorming activity. You start with a simple sentence and give the instructions to transform the sentence to another form. Thank you, Nancy Cummins, for this great example. Elena went to the store to buy some milk. Most likely you're going to get, Elena didn't go to the store to buy some milk. But look at all these other possibilities. So many possibilities. And once again, you're going to try to instigate some lively conversations about why you would choose one over the other, or why people would say it a certain way versus another. Why is language play so powerful for bilingual learners? Authentic text connected to a theme. You're getting close attention to a language structure, connection to home languages, collaboration and dialogue, and once again, listening, speaking, reading, and writing are all mixed up together. Up next, you've watched this video, you're going to select a reading and you will look at the language play student look-fors. Thank you, have a great week.